They told us we're alone in the universe. They told us the truth is out there. But what if the truth is already here, and they're hiding it from you? This is the story of Project Seraphim, a CIA black operation so secret, even the people working on it weren't told the truth. And the man at the center? A codebreaker named Dr. Evan Calder, who didn't just receive a message from beyond. He answered it. In 1987, during what was supposed to be a standard surveillance scan, a CIA satellite picked up a strange transmission from deep space. The satellite, part of an off-the-books program called Sentinel Echo, was one of several launched under a shell contract fronting as a weather research initiative. But Sentinel Echo wasn't built to monitor weather. It was built to monitor anomalies, cosmic radiation bursts, unexplained EM signatures, and signals that couldn't be classified using conventional astrophysics. Developed in collaboration with Lockheed's Skunk Works division, the satellite was equipped with an experimental quantum band sensor array, years ahead of anything the public knew existed. It could detect high-frequency, ultra-low noise signals and triangulate their origin across interstellar distances. The tech had originally been designed to detect Soviet stealth satellites, but that's not what it found. The moment the signal was picked up, it triggered a red-level security flag within the CIA's internal surveillance architecture. The signal was structured, repeating, modulating, and adapting in real time. This wasn't space debris. This wasn't random. The agency's first instinct was containment. The mission files were locked. Every technician with access to the satellite's data logs was either reassigned, scrubbed, or given new IDs. The satellite itself was remotely disabled, then reclassified. And from that moment forward, the operation was renamed Project Seraphim. The goal wasn't just to understand the signal. It was to control who had access to it. Dr. Evan Calder wasn't recruited by accident. He had been monitored for years, flagged by DARPA's Horizon initiative, after publishing a banned white paper titled The Syntax of Conscious Machines. In it, he proposed that under the right conditions, code could carry memory, emotion, even identity. That consciousness might one day be uploaded, transferred, or rediscovered. He was blacklisted from academia for suggesting that certain signal structures could act as digital sentience, ancient, recursive, and capable of evolving on their own. The CIA didn't dismiss him. They watched him, and when the signal came, they didn't need to search for the right mind. They already had him. They didn't just need a linguist. They needed someone who would believe. Dr. Evan Calder was recruited in secret. No interviews, no briefings, just a single phrase on his intake form. Pattern sensitivity exceeds protocol threshold. He had a background in computational linguistics. But what interested the CIA was his independent research, theories suggesting consciousness might be transferable via code. To most, the signal looked alien. To Calder, it looked like something left behind. Or worse, something trying to get back in. His early logs were clinical. By week 2, they became philosophical. He wrote, "I don't think we're being contacted. I think we're being remembered." Using the signal's embedded geometry, the Seraphim team constructed a device. It was never filed in inventory, never officially logged. They called it the Orb. The materials? Untraceable alloys, possibly recovered from earlier crash sites like Roswell or Kecksburg. Even the technicians weren't told what they were building, just that it was classified beyond origin. When activated, the Orb didn't transmit. It revealed. Those exposed to the Orb described visions, a desolate version of Earth. Familiar but inverted. Skyscrapers grown over with flesh-like structures. Humanoid entities observing but not intervening. Every subject saw the same world. Some broke down. One took his own life. Those who asked too many questions were removed or reassigned. Not fired, erased. Calder, however, wasn't disturbed. He was enchanted. He called the visions invitations. Over time, Calder's language shifted. He stopped saying they. He started saying we. He proposed that the signal wasn't a warning, it was a template, a framework for restructuring consciousness. Not physical invasion, but conceptual replacement. The CIA took notice. Instead of stopping him, they gave him more access, more freedom, or so he thought. What Calder didn't realize was that he had become part of the experiment. They weren't observing the signal anymore, they were observing him. While the specific reasons for the shutdown of Project Seraphim may not be publicly available, a few explanations were given, such as a combination of escalating costs, regulatory challenges, and concerns over ethical implications surrounding its objectives. When Project Seraphim was officially shut down, all records were purged. Personnel were separated, files deleted. But internal memos suggest something else. Calder was transferred to an off-grid facility in the Nevada desert. His name began appearing on cross-agency clearance manifests, including DARPA, NSA, and an entity redacted entirely. 3 whistleblowers tried to speak out. 2 were discredited. 1 was found dead in his garage, ruled a suicide, but no note was found. Even FOIA requests referencing Project Seraphim trigger system warnings. Someone, or something, is still monitoring access. And yet Calder's work didn't stop. Encrypted data packages have surfaced in darknet forums, all signed with the same symbol, the alchemical sign for spirit. So what happened to Dr. Evan Calder? Was he the victim of manipulation? A rogue scientist who went too far? Or the first human being to make contact with an intelligence older than our species? Some believe he's alive, operating from beyond government control. Others think he's no longer human. But one thing is clear. The signal hasn't stopped. It's still out there, still transmitting, still waiting. And maybe Calder wasn't chosen by mistake. Maybe they selected him because he would do what the rest of us won't. He said yes. This is Decode This. And if you're still watching, they know.